Welcome back, everybody, to the Underground Mobcast. It is your boy PJ's Underground. I'm here today with my co-host Lando Capo. Lando, say what's up.
Hi.
And we are also joined today by Lucas. Lucas, say what's up.
What up?
So today we have a lot to cover. Not as much as last week, but we do have a good amount to cover still. First things first, I'd like to start with our match of the week. So I'm going to hand this one over to Lucas.
Match
Okay.
of the week. John
Yep.
Cena versus CM Punk. Monday Night Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Low key, respectfully. I've never done this, so you gotta.
Why'd you
Okay. Then why'd you pick it?
Why did I pick? It was a good match. The two pulled out moves that I've never seen either artist. And I was also leading up for the number one contendership of who would face The Rock at WrestleMania that year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Lando, you want to help guide this one?
Okay. What, with match of the week or like
Well, what do you think about the choice of match of the week?
I mean, it was good. It was not bad. I do remember John Cena versus CM Punk, Monday Night Raw 2013. Yeah, like it was a good match. It was like a half-hour match. I did remember CM Punk deliver like CM Punk deliver a pile driver to John Cena, like an actual pile driver. Like they brought it back.
Yeah, one of the most taboo moves in sports entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that banned at some point, though?
Yeah. They actually got in trouble for using that.
Wow.
Because of the risk versus reward and the draw power of both.
Wasn't it Austin who broke his neck from it?
Yeah, Owen Hart
Delivered it.
dropped him on his neck.
Yeah, that was like the reason why he got banned.
That's why I was surprised when I seen it. I thought to myself, I was like, wasn't this banned?
Yeah, and then you had Cena hit a Canadian Destroyer, correct? Am I thinking of the
Mhm.
right match? Yeah, overall, I mean, if you look at this match, everything between Cena and Punk had accumulated to this point, right? Because the whole idea behind CM Punk's anti-authority gimmick, where he was promised a main event and he should have been the main draw at WrestleMania 28 and all this, right? This was like the final moment between those two guys, and it was for the main event spot. So, I mean, it holds very near and dear to the wrestling fans' hearts. I don't know who all is watching out there, but if they remember this match, they'll remember it. One of those things, you'll never forget that match.
Yeah, and also that was like the last like match between John Cena and CM Punk together.
So let's kick it on over to breaking news. First things first, like to give a shout out to everybody who came and watched last week's episode because we got our first ever 200 views on our 20th episode, so it could not fit any better. So thank you everybody who watches. Thank you for the support.
Yep.
And with that,
Like-
Lando, I'm gonna kick it over to you for the breaking news.
Okay, well, breaking news. I put this down that this is why. WWE said that that they shatters all-time gate as well as viewership records at the Royal Rumble. So like the Royal Rumble this year, they say it was like the most viewed Royal Rumble in WWE history, and we 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 imagine like we actually know why because with the whole Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns going on, even like Cody Rhodes returning,
Yeah.
and oh, what else? What happened? Um, we also saw like some parts of uh in Royal Rumble matches that went viral on like social media, like the one where Ricochet and Logan Paul like collided as like in midair.
Okay, so here's my
And,
take on the Royal Rumble. Um, Everyone's saying it was so good, but me personally, I thought that it was lackluster. I can't believe that it. I understand why it might have broke all-time gate viewership records, but the reality of it is, I thought it was lackluster. There were some good moments, right? Like the one you just said, Paul and Ricochet colliding, but the returns lacked. And the ones that they
yeah,
did have, like Booker T, he wasn't in the match for very long.
and I bet he like replaced Madcap Moss because Madcap Moss was supposed to be in the Royal Rumble match, but somehow I bet he got replaced by Booker T.
I'm not going to complain about that one. But I will complain about the fact that they didn't do anything else. I mean, that was literally it. Like, everybody who returned, it was expected. Logan Paul, expected. Edge, expected. Cody, known. They said the reason that they released the information about Cody coming back is because, number one, it was already, expected. Number two, they had better surprises. What was our better surprise? I mean,
Well,
genuinely, what was our better surprise? Booker T? I don't think so.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
Hmm.
That was an impressive.
Yeah.
it was lackluster.
Yeah, it was lackluster, yeah.
The only good part
But
was the
even though like it was still a good show.
It was still a good show, and I mean, obviously, even the Roman and Kevin match kind of lacked. The only thing that carried that match was the storyline behind it.
Hmm.
So, yeah. But with that, speaking of that match, Jay Uso posted on IG a few days ago, and for those who don't know, IG stands for Instagram.
Yes.
After the bloodline jumped Sammy, and he said that he's quote unquote out. So are we going
Yeah.
to see Jay Uso leave the bloodline?
Well, I mean, we saw on SmackDown, like they couldn't get a hold of Jey Uso.
Yeah, the
Not
cracks are really forming.
yeah, but yeah, like even Michael Cole mentioned on commentary that Jay like posted that on Instagram saying that he's out. So I mean, like next week, you'll like him and Jimmy will defend the SmackDown Tag Team Championships against Ricochet and Braun Strowman.
Oh boy.
So I'm curious what's gonna happen. Will Jay show up, or
Will it be
will
Solo and Jimmy?
uh, Maybe.
It might have to be,
Probably.
right? Under the Freebird rule, it is possible. And obviously, we saw that with Sami Zayn and Jay defending the championships. So
Well, I mean, you could call it Freebird rule. I just say like, because if it was Freebird rule, then like, okay, like you said that like Sami Zayn like took like Jimmy's place like a few week like at Raw's 30, but like he wasn't like part of like the tag team championship run, but like I would say he was like a substitute, you know?
that's true. Yeah. Because it would never
So
happen again.
yeah, but yeah, he I mean, probably Solo. I mean, yeah, like I bet Solo might be like a substitute for Jay. I mean, put him in like put Solo and Braun Strowman in the ring together. You know,
Yeah.
like I mean, like I saw this one like video on Instagram. Like it was at like in a live event. Like Braun Strowman and Solo Sikoa come face to face in the middle of the ring. So it could happen. It could happen. Like Solo Sikoa being a substitute teammate for Jimmy, taking Jay's place.
That would be interesting. Or a forfeit causing the championships to switch hands.
Nah, they wouldn't forfeit. They wouldn't forfeit.
I don't think so, but who knows? Anything is possible. Never say never in professional wrestling, if I've learned anything.
But we'll find out next week.
We will find out next week.
Now, next breaking news: Kota Ibushi leaves New Japan Pro Wrestling. Also, he'll return in the ring and make his GCW debut on March 30th. So Kota Ibushi leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling. Like the last time we saw Kota Ibushi in the ring was actually October of 2021. It was like in the finals of the G1 Climax against Kazuchika Okada. And he in the finals it was due to the referee's stoppage because Kota Ibushi was injured. I'm like looking it up right now. That's why I'm like just stuttering a bit. But like it was due to let's see. Suffered. Where does it say that he got injured? Hold on. Suffered a knee. No, that's not. That's not. Still trying to look for it.
I'm not.
You know, I forget it. But like, yeah, he got injured during the match between him and Okada. It was like I said, it was in October of 2021. So a year in a year and 5 months he's been out.
That's crazy.
But yeah, and he leaves New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Which is even wilder news, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think Kota would be going anywhere.
Like back in 2016, he was in NXT for a while. Like, but then he went back to Japan. Like he I mean, if since he's leaving New Japan, but he's going to make his in ring return to GCW. But who would you like to see Kota Ibushi in? Like AEW or WWE?
So I would love to see him. I was talking about this last night actually. So first things first. Nowadays, I would love to see him in AEW, but I feel like the roster is just so jam packed that it would be hard. And I think that's the problem they're running into is not enough TV time and a lot of people to try and get on TV.
Mm-hmm.
But ideally, this is what I do. This is what I want them to do. Have a Cruiserweight Classic every year and then just carry out the Cruiserweight storylines from there. And that way it still feels relevant, but without having like a 205 live, because that was an ultimate flop.
Yeah.
So he could come to WWE again for a Cruiserweight Classic again, maybe even win it this time around. And then just have, like, back in the day when Rey Mysterio had the Cruiserweight Championship after WCW, by the way, not that run. Honestly, though, if you were to look at WCW, that would be a good they'd be a good spot to look at in terms of cruiserweight, anyways, because they did a great job pushing them and keeping them relevant. Jericho won the Cruiserweight Championship there, Dean Malenko, so on and so forth. So.
Eddie Guerrero.
Yes.
But watch some WCW cruiserweight matches.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like that's how you keep them relevant. You don't have to like make them their own subcategory and have their own show and stuff because it's such a niche, whatever you want to say, like group that would be watching it in the first place. So I think that's where the flaw is. With that being said, talking about AEW, they announced that they're going to start live events on the 18th, and they're house shows, for those who don't know, and they're going to call them AEW House Rules. So I'm hoping that it is less WWE style and more of like like going to an indie show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I hope that they still tell stories through it instead of like what WWE does where they just kind of dick around. So,
I mean, yeah.
WWE can tell stories through there. I mean, like the time AJ Styles won the United States Championship in a house show in New York.
Yeah.
When he brought back the mask too, which everybody seemed to be pretty hype about.
Mm-hmm.
But that's besides the point. The reality of it is because of the lack of TV time that the AEW holds, I would like to see them have the house shows build up to more type of thing.
Okay.
That's me thinking idealistic.
Okay. That's our breaking news. Now we're moving on to our review.
I think we should
of the week.
Jump to Vengeance Day. I don't know if you were watching last night.
I mean, I was kind of watching it. I only watched Wesley versus Dijak, the women's tag team championship match, the 2 out of 3 falls. What else? What else did I? Were there 5 matches or 6?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was 6 because it was the North American Championship, NXT Women's Tag Team, then it was Hayes and Apollo, and then it was the NXT Tag Team Championships, and then the Women's Championship.
And the NXT Tag Team Championships. So I didn't watch the triple threat match and the steel cage match. Those are the two matches that I didn't watch
Damn.
because
Okay.
because I was at a party. Okay, I
Yeah.
was at
So
a
let's
party.
start with Wesley against Dijak. That match was really good. It was a great way to start the show. A lot of close pinfalls. At
Yeah.
a certain point, there was one where I was like, "Oh shit," because Wesley getting Dijak off of him. Dijak was actually putting like his weight into the pins. So Wesley actually had to like try and kick out. And at one
Mm-hmm.
point, I was like, "Oh shit, did he actually kick out before 3 or no?" Um, and then there was also a couple like pretty hard bumps. I don't know if you noticed, but there was a point where Dijak got Hurricane Rana off the top rope. I believe it was a Hurricane Rana. He was in the corner, and he
Yeah.
smacked his face on the canvas, dude. It was, I was laughing so hard. Lucas didn't catch it at first, and they showed the replay, and I was like, "You see that dude? He smacked his face. Poor guy." But besides that, I mean, that match was pretty good. I
Did you
thought
see
Dijak
that?
was gonna win,
Yeah, I thought he was gonna win it as for sure.
but at the end of the day, Wesley's reign has been entertaining, so I'm
Yeah.
okay with it.
Did you also see the part where they showed him with a broken finger of Dijak?
No, I missed that.
Oh man, his mil. Okay, it was
Is it on
his
the
milf.
Instagram?
I think I saw it on Twitter as well. Really,
Let me see. I'm looking it up right now on IG.
like go to like Dijak's Twitter. Like it just like bent the other way. Not like too much, but you know.
All right, we're going to Twitter here.
I was like, oh shit.
I love how his
Yeah.
name on in Twitter is still T-Bar Retribution.
Oh
A
really?
very failed gimmick. Yeah, it's still at T-Bar Retribution.
Uh, mm,
Holy hell.
yeah.
So, I mean, at least it wasn't a break.
Yeah.
He dislocated it from the looks of it. Oh my god, he took a photo flipping off the camera and it's bent sideways. Good lord. I'm gonna share this so that you can edit it into the podcast
Yeah.
view. Damn, that is disgusting.
Yep.
Anyways, so on to the women's tag team match. I really don't follow the women's division like that, especially not on the
I mean, yeah,
not on
but like,
NXT.
I mean, they're new champions. There's new
Yep,
champions, you
there's new
know.
champs.
Yeah, Fallon Henley and Kiana
The match
James.
was still good. They were telling a solid story.
Mhm.
Like them being rivals into being tag team partners, and then the pinfall where she held down the feet. I think they did a really good job at doing that. So
Yeah. Uh, yeah. So yeah, Fallon Henley and Kiana James defeated Katana Chance and Kaden Carter to become the new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. And let me just say, like Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, they're like the longest reigning NXT Women's Tag Team Champions for 186 days, which is actually longer than well, I would say a few days longer than um like the longest reigning WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
well, the biggest difference is that one has meaning and one does not.
Mm-hmm.
One gets defended and one does not.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it is what it is, but it sucks. When
Yeah.
God, who's the interviewer on NXT? It's a girl. She's like
Uh,
blonde.
Mackenzie Mitchell.
Mackenzie Mitchell. Yeah, she was like, longest reigning NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. And I was like, hasn't that only been around for like 2 years?
I mean,
When did the
I mean,
Women's
yeah.
NXT Championship come out, or tag team?
In NXT, it was like in March of 2021.
Yeah, so I mean, it's barely been around. It's not even 2 years yet. So,
Yeah.
Carmelo Hayes defeats Apollo Crews with a clean sweep, 2-0.
Mm-hmm. And we
Um,
also get Dabakato or
Formerly known
once
as.
once known as Commander Aziz. Like back when like Apollo Crews was having his like Nigerian gimmick.
Yep.
Now like after the match, like Dabakato turned on Apollo. He didn't even hit him with like the Nigerian nail. He just hit
Thank
him so
God.
like he just like he hits him with like a sit out double choke bomb.
Yeah, leave that to leave the spike to Solo Sikoa, please and thank you.
Yeah, don't try to like like maybe I don't know turn it into your own gimmick, like in your own culture. Okay, like the Samoan spike like is better. Okay.
And it will be forever recognized as the Samoan Spike from wrestling fans. Thanks to Umaga, thanks to Solo
Sikoa.
Sikoa now, who's carrying it out. I feel like one of the Fatus probably was using it prior, but who knows? Not me. Yeah, so then the NXT Tag Team Championship match, the Fatal 4-Way.
Yep.
So walking in, I had the New Day,
Yeah, I had the New Day as well.
but I wanted to see Pretty Deadly get the championships back if anybody were to win besides the New Day. I mean, quite frankly, I'm not even that big of a fan of the New Day. I wouldn't consider myself a fan. I respect their work, but they're not for me. So I was kind of hoping Pretty Deadly would come out with the dub, and they didn't. Instead, Gallus did, which is cool because they do bring an interesting style to NXT. I hope they do shift it back. I don't know. Yeah, I will. I'll talk more about that. The reality of it is though is bringing in British strong style, if that's what you want to call it, to
You could call it British strong style.
yeah. So bringing that in, I think, is a good addition. So I would never complain about that.
Yeah.
Although I wish it would have been
actually.
Trent Seven and Tyler Bate.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Since you like, like since you brought that up, like I'm still curious on when WWE is coming out with NXT Europe.
Yeah, that's a that's a good question. They haven't really announced anything about it, so
Yeah, and
I guess
well,
we'll
let me
see.
just say, like they said that they're gonna bring NXT Europe in February 2023, but like we're in February in 2023, so I'm still curious on when are they gonna announce that they're gonna be launching NXT Europe.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But yeah, I'm still curious. Yeah, I'm like, I'm kind of still waiting on it. To be honest, I want to see what it looks like.
Yeah,
This was like Shawn Michaels' idea, so
we haven't heard anything about it though, which is concerning because it might have just been scratched.
hmm
I guess we'll see.
yeah. Roxanne Perez retaining the NXT Women's Championship in the triple threat match.
Not a surprise.
Yep.
I mean,
And we all know that toxic attraction would, like, turn on each other in the match because, all women for themselves.
yep, every woman for herself. But
And Bron Breakker retaining the NXT Championship against Grayson Waller in the steel cage match.
can you edit booing sound effects into this? Boo.
Yeah, yeah.
Grayson Waller. Okay, so I was confused. Grayson Waller was on top of the cage, and he was about to climb, or Bron Breakker came up, started coming up,
Mhm.
and he couldn't climb out to win. What kind of steel cage match is it that you can't climb out to win? That was the whole idea of a steel cage match from the get-go.
Yeah, like, once you, I mean, like, many people say, oh, that's just like a coward's way to get out, to win, Like, I mean, I'm just saying, well, I mean,
A win is a
that's the way
win,
to
my
win.
guy. Yeah, a win is a win.
I mean, that's the way to win. You can either escape the cage or like like just win by pinfall or submission. And there's like two ways to escape the cage. You can just like climb over the top and climb back down to the floor, or just go through the cage door.
Yeah, don't you have to be crawling in order for them to open it, though? Because they won't open it if you're standing. You have to be prone, correct?
You just have to tell the referee just to open the door.
Oh.
So
So in the WWE games, you've never had that option because you have to crawl out.
you don't have to crawl out. You could just like if you're still standing, like you could just like tell the referee just to open the door and then like
Right, but in
yeah.
the games, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
You have to crawl out, which was my confusion. So this match, I know you didn't watch it. Honestly, Grayson Waller looked super strong. They put over Braun, but Grayson Waller did look great. They
I saw
kind
on
of
Twitter that I saw on Twitter he was mocking Scott Steiner.
Yeah. I was hoping Grayson Waller would win, and yet again, I have been let down by NXT because they want to push Bron Breakker. I don't find him interesting. He's just another big guy who uses a spear. Whoop-de-fucking do.
Let me just say, don't you think that like they're pushing him to be like a longest reigning NXT champion?
Oh, 100%. There's not a doubt in my mind that's where this is going.
Like, do you like I swear to God, if he beats like Adam Cole's record.
It's because they want to bury Cole because he's doing something somewhere else and they're upset. They did the same thing with Punk. They had Brock Lesnar beat his WWE Championship reign. And you know damn well that was out of spite.
Mm-hmm. And like so yeah, like he's like been like Bron Breakker, he's been like now he's over 300 days at the moment. And now like he has like 100 days to go to break Adam Cole's record because Adam Cole is still holding the record for holding the NXT Championship for 403 days.
Yeah, they're gonna make him the longest reigning, for sure.
Mm. Well, this is going to be a while.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And we could see that Carmelo Hayes will be next in line for an NXT title shot because we saw when Bron Breakker, like, he was celebrating, like, he was standing on top of the cage with the NXT Championship. And we saw Carmelo Hayes walking out with Trick Williams having his eye on Bron Breakker. So we all know that Carmelo Hayes will be next in line for an NXT title shot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I do like this. I like that they've kept Carmelo Hayes around in NXT because I feel like if you were to, although he could join Hit Row.
I mean, yeah.
He could lead Hit Row.
He can lead Hit Row, you know?
I would not mind. I love Carmelo Hayes. I'm completely sold on him. I kind of hope he gets the NXT title, but yet again, I don't think they pull it off Braun. So
I mean, yeah, I like to see Carmelo Hayes like NXT champion.
I mean, why wouldn't? At this point, it's just like Braun to me is boring.
Yep.
You know, when he comes in, he's gonna hit his little spear and then he's gonna win.
His spear, his little like military press power slam,
Yep.
you know?
Besides that, I mean, he's I don't know. I think he's bland. He's got cool attires, I guess. They're very vibrant, but that also displays NXT 2.0, so
Yeah.
makes sense. But I don't know. He's just another big guy, man. I don't like the big guys. I like the Hideo Itamis. Yep, the Daniel Bryans.
Mm-hmm. Guys from the past that deserves to be champions.
The Adam Coles.
Yeah, the Adam
People like
Coles.
Baby! Yeah.
Yeah.
But on to WWE Raw.
Yep. First, Seth Rollins defeated Chad Gable to qualify for the Elimination Chamber for the United
Thank
States
you.
Championship. Yep. Let me just say at first that this is actually the first time that the United States Championship is being defended inside the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to be honest with you. I absolutely hate, and I say this, I say hate because it's a very strong word, and I think this accurately depicts how I feel. I hate that the main card championship, right, because you've got your main card and your mid cards.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, when was the last time one was defended inside of the Elimination Chamber?
Oh, hold on, let me think.
Well, technically last year, but like it was
last year,
right? Because didn't Bobby Lashley defend his WWE Championship?
Yeah, but that wasn't a mid carder.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So when was the last time that a WWE Championship was defended last year? But when did it actually feel important? And I feel like that question is hard to answer. And maybe like 2018, and that's gonna be my match of the week next week.
Wait, is it
in 2 weeks?
Is it like the one with like 7 men?
No, 2018 is the one where Bray Wyatt walks out.
No, that's
2017.
That's 27. Yeah,
2017. Yeah. So that's the one I'm 2 weeks from now, because next week's your match of the week. 2 weeks from now, that's gonna be my match of the week. So just be prepared for that. But I just feel like they've been lackluster. Roman Reigns should have defended his championship his championships in the Elimination Chamber.
Well, yeah. But now, even though I put this down in the SmackDown category, that he'll be. You know what? Should I just say it, or should we save it till we get to SmackDown?
Just save it. I mean, like, we all know. Anybody who watches wrestling knows what's going on. We all saw this coming because it was either this or add him to the match at WrestleMania. So we'll get there when we get there. But I just would have preferred to see him defend his championship in an Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, but no, he's being protected.
Yep. Speaking of WrestleMania, though,
Rhea Ripley challenges Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 39 for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
So this one threw me for a loop. Because I figured she'd go Raw, right? Because the Judgment Day is on Raw. Do you think that they'll collide the women's championships into two?
Maybe, but...
Or into one?
It makes sense. Okay, it kind of makes sense. I thought it was going to be Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair, because we saw, like, from the past few months that, like, Bianca and Rhea Ripley, like, they came face to face like during the War Games rivalry, you
Right.
know. But and also like back in June, like Rhea Ripley won a fatal four way to earn a shot at the Raw Women's title. She got injured
Mm-hmm.
and couldn't compete, so like they canceled the match for the Raw Women's Championship. But but it makes sense that you think about it because Rhea Ripley, like her first WrestleMania match was against Charlotte Flair. Even though she lost, it was for the NXT Women's Championship, and it was during the pandemic. Um, but it also makes sense if you think about it. Like she's going to SmackDown to challenge Charlotte, but it means that she'll be bringing Dom with her. So I bet we're gonna see Dom versus Ray at WrestleMania.
Oh, 100%. Anybody who didn't piece that together, I'm sorry, but you're an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
You stupid idiot. Yeah, that obviously that is where it's going. However, I don't know. I think Dom is an underwhelming performer.
Mm-hmm.
So, in that case, it's going to be a little sticky. It's going to be quite the sticky situation because Ray can't carry that match.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless, it'll wrap up the storyline at Mania. So,
Yeah. Now, next up, Johnny Gargano qualified for the Elimination Chamber by defeating Baron Corbin. Like, I like how like Triple H is like like putting in some guys that were originally from NXT.
yeah.
Like, and we got Rick Boogs returning from a torn quadricep from WrestleMania, which we were there.
Indeed, we were.
Yeah. And Becky Lynch versus Bailey in a steel cage match next week.
Again?
And well, okay. The reason why, the reason why,
Well, I mean, it's
okay,
clear as day as to why. Like the booking aspect of it makes sense, right? Like the fight math, if that's what you want to call it, makes sense.
Yeah.
She got cheated out of the first one.
Well, it's because it was due because of time, really. So, yeah, and so like on Raw, they announced that there will be a women's elimination chamber match, and they said that like the last four in the Royal Rumble were qualified, which was Raquel Rodriguez, Asuka, Liv Morgan, and Nikki Cross. Those four were the last four of the Royal Rumble, so they qualified. Now next week we'll be having a fatal four-way qualifying match on Raw. Mia Yim, Candice LeRae, Carmella, and Piper Niven.
Who you rooting for?
I mean, my gut. Okay, like we saw like a backstage interview with Carmella, right? And like,
Mela is
and
money.
and Asuka confronted her. So we're kind of seeing Mia Yim and Candice LeRae like they're kind of a tag team now. Like they're kind of a tag team now since like they're kind of like having a rivalry with like Io Shirai or Io Sky and Dakota Kai. Like I have a feeling that we're gonna see like Mia Yim and Candice LeRae go after the women's tag team championships. So I kind of want to say Carmella, to be honest.
I'm hoping it's not Piper, aka Dewdrop. Underwhelming. Literally, only reason she blew up was because she beat the piss out of what's her name, Natalie Eva Marie.
Yeah, Eva Marie. Yeah.
That's the only reason she ever even like had a name. I don't want want to see her qualify, dude, because I don't find her entertaining. There's nothing to look at there. But yeah, if I had to place money on it, I'd probably take Carmella because, like you said, we're seeing Mia Yim and Candice LeRae built up to face Dakota and Sky. So
Yeah.
in other news, Bronson Reed defeated Dolph Ziggler to qualify for the United States Championship. And we already discussed kind of like the Elimination Chamber, you know. It's going to be interesting because we've got Seth, we've got Bronson.
Johnny Gargano.
Yep, Johnny, and then obviously Austin Theory. Now, are we going to see Bobby Lashley in there?
No, we're not going to see Bobby Lashley because
Damian Priest and Dawkins, and then Ford and Elias.
Yeah, both qualifying matches for a spot in the Elimination Chamber. I want to say Damian Priest and
I'm saying Damian and Montez.
Yeah, I kind of want to. Montez. Yeah,
because I don't think Dawkins will beat Priest because Priest is built up to be this like mad powerhouse, and then Ford will beat Elias because they don't ever push Elias, even though people want to walk with him.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you giggling over there, Lucas.
Who's we? Who's we?
We all want to walk with Elias. Who wants to walk with Elias? All right, and then we've got Cody Rhodes versus Finn Balor, which was that match was incredible.
The promo before it though was
the promo before it was
Dominic took shots.
Incredible. Dominic, okay, listen. As much as I hate the guy, he's fun to hate. So he's doing a really good job at that. I will give credit where credit is due, and he was really throwing shots at Cody Rhodes, like Lucas was saying.
R.I.P. Dusty though.
Oh God, yeah, R.I.P. Dusty. But yeah, Dominic's doing a really good job at attracting heat, and that match was incredible. Moving on. Do you want to go to NXT or do you want to shift to AEW?
Shift to AEW. Nothing really much happened on NXT.
Yeah, I mean, Dijak beat Von Wagner. I mean, that's probably like the highlight.
That was like the highlight of the night, really.
Yeah. So Dynamite. Moxley did a Shield entrance with Yuta and his pops, which was pretty dope. And then he went out and beat Hangman in a damn good match.
Yeah, in a good match.
And then Danielson versus Thatcher. That match was hard hitting and I loved it.
Yep.
I will not lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
So then next week we've got MJF and Takashita.
Konosuke Takashita, yeah.
And then Danielson and Roosh.
Yeah, Danielson and Roosh.
Which I'm expecting that one to be an absolute banger, and I definitely expect MJF and Takashita to burn down the house as well. MJF, no matter where he goes, what he does, that guy will always be entertaining.
Yes.
On the other side of things,
Saraya and Toni Storm attacked Britt Baker backstage. So yeah, we're seeing a whole new, we're seeing that Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter, starting to become baby faces.
Yep.
And
Jamie Hayter was so over anyways. Once she won the championship, I mean, everybody was dick riding. And I'm not opposed. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not opposed. So. Mm-hmm. And then the highlight.
Samoa Joe defeated Darby Allin in the No Holds Barred match and became a 2-time AEW TNT champion. And Samoa Joe back being the king of television.
Yes, sir. I'm glad to see Samoa Joe getting pushed. I kind of listen. I'm gonna be honest. I thought Darby Allin would win. I didn't think they'd put it back on Joe. I wanted to see them put it back on Joe, so that's good. I got what I wanted, and then we all got what we wanted when Wardlow returned at the end and attacked Samoa Joe.
Yep.
I
Yep.
wish they would have done this a little different though. I feel like they could have pushed. What was it? What'd they call him? War Joe.
Yeah, Warjo. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wish they would have pushed that a little bit longer and pushed the envelope on that. Nonetheless, the storyline continues, and
Yep.
so we will see Wardlow eventually at some point. It hasn't been announced, but at some point there will be Samoa Joe versus Wardlow for the. I'm assuming probably for both championships.
I mean, maybe. I mean, yeah. There's a Ring of Honor pay-per-view coming up.
Yeah.
Really.
So we very well could be seeing both championships defended at that Ring of Honor pay-per-view. Wardlow also got a haircut.
Yep.
I think it looks really good too. For those of you who don't know, it's cut shorter. He doesn't have the man bun. It looks the exact same, but he doesn't have the man bun, so it's like buzzed.
Yes.
But how did you feel about the Joe and Allen match as a whole?
Oh, I especially love when Darby Allin had like a sweatshirt with thumbtacks.
Yeah, and ran right at Joe.
Yep.
Yeah. That match was entertaining. I mean, I feel like for the no holds barred stipulation, there could have been a little bit more added to it, but nonetheless, the match was great, so hats off to those guys. Shifting over to WWE again, we're going to look at SmackDown.
We discussed about Ricochet and Braun Strowman
Yep,
will be facing.
which, dude, I don't fucking understand. Why? Why?
Like, okay. Like I said, like we discussed this like last week, putting two random wrestlers together, like two random wrestlers together, and all of a sudden both of them just like won the whole tournament.
It's absolute bullshit. It should have been Imperium.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I will die on that hill. I'm
Like-
absolutely bewildered at the choice. I don't know.
Oh, like I would love to see Imperium versus the Usos, really.
Yeah, me too.
Like, okay, like I'm not saying I'm hating on Ricochet and Braun Strowman. It's just why though.
Right.
Why?
It has nothing to do with the talent. It has everything to do with the booking.
Yeah.
That's my biggest. That's my complaint here. Is that if they would have like built it up as something like obviously Braun and Ricochet had tag teamed before, and they were like building up their teamwork or whatever. But I just think it's a waste. Like Imperium. I think what they might be doing though is saving Imperium for when Usos are ready to drop the championships at Mania.
Yes.
Because then you can disassemble Ricochet and Braun and let Imperium rule the tag team division after Sami and Kevin take the championships off of the Usos.
Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, yeah, like, that kind of makes sense. Yeah. Now, next up, okay, you want to skip that one? Okay.
Yeah, we already discussed it, so
Yeah, I put down Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania with a question mark, but yeah, we discussed that about it.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving on. Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy. Like, okay, like we only saw like a short video package on Raw, or sorry, not SmackDown. Sorry, that Bray Wyatt was like looking at a what do you call it? What do you call it? Like a videotape, like a videotape that was like shining on a wall. You know,
mm-hmm.
I forgot what it's called.
A VHS
Like,
tape.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he was just sitting in his little rocking chair, and all of a sudden, Uncle Howdy appears, just touching Bray on the shoulder, and then just pops his face into the camera. Uncle Howdy. So I'm curious, like, are we seeing like maybe I don't know, like I would like to see like Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy like in a tag team, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see Bray get pushed to the moon at the same time, but it is what it is, man. If they want to go that route, they could go that route, but I'm kind of hoping that they don't.
Oh yeah, because you think they're like that dominant.
I just either they're gonna absolutely dominate or they're gonna bury him, and either way it goes, it's gonna be a bad thing for the viewership. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But anyways, moving on. Natalia winning a fatal 4-way to earn a spot in the women's elimination chamber match.
woohoo!
What?
The women's elimination chamber match really holds nothing because we all know who's gonna be facing who at WrestleMania.
Yeah, just putting Natalia in there because we all know it's taking place in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Why not put a Natalia in there?
Yep.
I thought it was gonna. I was kind of hoping like that Shayna Baszler was gonna win or Shotzi, but like when Natalia like won that match, I'm like, why though? And like, and then I totally forgot it's taking place in Montreal, Canada. So like, yeah, it makes sense, but just the booking.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. There's only so much TV time in a week, and they try to do too much. That's why I want to see the women's championships combined into one because you can just have them across both shows if you wanted to go that route, or just keep them on Raw because there's a 3 hour show versus a 2 hour show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
The biggest thing to happen on SmackDown, this one actually, I saw it coming. I feel like everybody saw it coming, to be honest. Zayn attacked Roman, and then now it's going to be Zayn versus the Tribal Chief at Elimination Chamber for the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship.
yes,
And
and
yet again, though, it's like, you know who's going to win. The match has to happen, but you know who's going to win.
yeah, like, and it's taking place in Sammy's hometown as well.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
that's huge. That's a great thing to do. Um, for both people, you know damn well when he enters. I hope he brings back the old music, by the way. But you know damn well when he enters, everybody's gonna be on their feet and everybody's gonna be singing along.
yep. No,
Oh, let's go. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
okay. Okay. So yeah. Now I just put this down last night. Like I found this on the WWE website that next week on SmackDown, it will be Madcap Moss versus Rey Mysterio versus Karrion Kross versus Santos Escobar in a fatal 4-way match, and winner becomes #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship.
Baby. Who's gonna win? I mean,
Now,
obviously not Madcap.
okay, Rey Mysterio. I mean, we seen the match between Rey Mysterio and Gunther.
Right. So I think what happens is Dom interferes.
Yeah, so I'm guessing I would love to see Karrion Kross versus Gunther, or maybe Santos Escobar.
Karrion
You know,
Kross just really doesn't do it for me. I kind of find him boring. Is that bad?
kind of.
His gimmick can carry, but like they don't give him enough in-ring time to like show off anything. He has a lot of suplexes and a lot of hard-hitting like clotheslines. That's about it. And a sleeper that in real life would never actually work because he doesn't connect like to the elbow. Yeah. I want to see Santos Escobar because I think
Yeah,
they've been
like
doing a really good job at putting him over.
yep,
And so if he wins, like even if he loses to Gunther, that's okay. Right? Like it's not going to
yes,
hurt him to lose to Gunther. It's not going to hurt any of these guys to lose to Gunther, but it would hurt my soul if Madcap Moss won or Ray won. And it's not because I don't want to see Ray win I don't want to see Madcap Moss win, but we've already seen Ray face Gunther. So like, there's really no point. We already know who's gonna win that match regardless.
But yeah, like either Karrion Kross and Santos Escobar, I'm all for that. Except like I'm not for Rey Mysterio and Matt Camas. Like no disrespect, but I'm just saying I'm all in for either Karrion Kross or Santos Escobar.
Absolutely. On to AEW Rampage. Following
Yep.
up SmackDown like it usually does.
Yep. The Elite successfully defended the AEW World Trios Championships in their first defense against the firm's Ethan Page, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy.
A thrown together match. This is the problem with AEW. I've been saying it from the get go. They just don't really. The booking is just lacking. It's been very hard to like keep my interest because like the matches, the talents are great in the matches, but there's like no build up. What's the point?
Yeah.
What is the point? Yeah, and we can move on to the next match whenever.
Yeah. So Saraya and Tony Storm defeated the Renegade Twins, and as the Renegade Twins were like down and out, Saraya and Tony like they grabbed spray paint cans and they spray painted an L on both the twins on their like stomach. Really. Taking the L. Taking the L.
Take the L, dude. I can't help but visualize the Fortnite dance.
Oh yeah, that. Oh.
Yeah, the take the L.
But anyways, next match, Rouge versus Christopher Daniels in a Jay Briscoe's tribute match.
Yeah, I thought Christopher Daniels was retired.
Really, you thought he was retired?
I swear to God, I thought he was retired.
I mean, okay, he. It's just that I mean he's been doing like a bunch of like New Japan things. Really.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I don't follow up on New Japan that closely, so I wouldn't know.
It's just mostly like New Japan Strong, which is like an American weekly show for New Japan.
Oh, okay.
He's been on there, okay? He's been on there. But yeah, Christopher Daniels, he lost to Rouge in the Jay Briscoe's tribute match, so he had the both of them have like the red, black, and white.
Like,
which, I mean,
the attires or what? I didn't see the match, so.
Like the attire, like both of them were wearing like the red, black, and white.
I'm surprised they didn't pull out the Confederate flag attires. Come on now.
Okay.
Are we gonna have to edit that out?
I guess so. Maybe.
We'll figure it out. If we get canceled, we get canceled.
Well, shit. Anyways. But yeah, Rouge defeated Christopher Daniels in the Jay Briscoe's tribute match.
And ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much sums up the week. They're overall, I mean, I think the best shows this week were Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
If I had to pick two, you know what I mean? If I had to pick one, I'd probably pick, I don't know. If you had to pick one show that really stood out this week, what would you?
I would kind of want to say SmackDown.
Yeah.
Because I like the ending, really.
The ending was solid, yeah. I mean, it was the main event spot, which is perfect because, well, main event championship type thing. So, I would say, like, the best match of the week. Damn. What would you say is the best match of the week?
Man.
I'd probably say Joe and Allen.
Yeah, Joe and Allen, yeah.
But with that, let's kick it on over to the quiz.
Yep. Is Lucas still there?
Yeah, but I'm going to be the one doing the quiz this week.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
PJ's Underground.
Okay. Now, yeah. You know the drill. Pro wrestling trivia quiz. 5 questions. Let's do this. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. What type of match did Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kenta have for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom 16 Night 2? A. Ladder match. B. No disqualification match. C. Tables match. Or D. Last man standing match.
Ooh. I'm going to say D. Last man standing.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Sorry, you were wrong. It was B. No disqualification match.
Alright, on to question 2.
But yeah. Number 2. Who was the first WWE superstar to be eliminated in the 2016 Royal Rumble match? A. Rusev. B. Curtis Axel. C. Tyler Breeze. Or D. Goldust.
Ooh. Okay, so
Like, which one of these was the first one to be eliminated?
damn. Rusev?
You are correct.
Go. 1 for 2.
Yeah, because he was entered at number 2.
Yeah, and Roman Reigns was number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Roman eliminated him.
Yep. Okay, number 3. Who replaced Tomohiro Ishii in the 4-way match for the inaugural AEW All-Atlantic Championship at the AEW and NJPW Forbidden Door pay-per-view? A. Yoshinobu Kanemaru. B. Shota Mano. C. Tomoaki Hama. Or D. Clark Connors.
Ooh. It was Clark Connors.
You are correct.
Yeah, because it was Pac, Malachi, Miro.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be
Yeah.
Ishii.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Ishii, but he got injured. Again, number 4. Who did Leo Rush and Yo from Chaos defeat in the finals of the 2022 NJPW Super Junior Tag League Tournament? A. Los Ingobernables de Japón. B. Alex Zane and L. Lindemann. C. Bullet Club. Or D. Catch 2 and 2.
Bullet Club. Well,
You are correct.
yeah, it's Bullet Club, but it was Chris Bay and Ace Austin, right?
Yes, it was Chris Bay and Ace Austin. Yeah, like okay, we discussed this before, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, if I say like the tag team names, you can ask like, what are the members?
Word.
You know.
Word.
Okay, now the 5th question: Who became the first ever TNA Legends champion? A. Booker T. B. Eric Young. C. AJ Styles. Or D. Jeff Jarrett.
A. Booker T.
You are correct.
Let's go. 4 for 5. That's not bad. It's not ideal.
Mhm. Yep. Well, let me just say, the TNT Legends Championship, I mean, that championship has been changed to so many different names, really.
I'm not surprised. I mean,
Like, it was first known as, like, the Legends Championship, then, like, the Global Championship, then the Television Championship, And then the King of the Mountain Championship.
The King of the Mountain.
Yeah. Like, make up your mind, really.
Right.
But yeah, yeah, that's like even though that like changes to so many different names, like it didn't even stuck, you know. So many different names that didn't even stuck to the title, really. But anyways,
Listen,
yeah.
it's better than the the dick one. What was the fucking NJPW one?
Oh, that was DDT Pro Wrestling.
DDT, yes.
It was called like the Gay World Anal Championship.
Yeah. We'll reference that real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
What was it again?
Yeah.
Gay anal.
Gay World Anal Championship.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. For those of you who haven't seen that part,
I recommend you Googling it. Really.
That's awesome.
that is not. Lucas said that's awesome. I disagree. That is so out of pocket.
Yeah, like, why would you make a championship? Oh, man. Yeah, that, like, literally DDT Pro Wrestling, the #1 promotion that I would never sign a deal with. Or a contract. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyways, that's it for the Underground Mobcast episode 21 for us today.
Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
And follow us on all of our social medias down in the description box below.
And with that, Lando, I will kick it off to you for the outro.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Signore e signori, arrivederci, e buonanotte. Bang!